Charleston can feel like a cheap, breezy postcard or a slow, sweaty money trap. And the difference is planning. Book the one-time tour that controls the Harbor Day. Park once on the historic core and use the free downtown Dash shuttle when your feet start arguing. For most travelers, the easiest weather window is mid-April through late May, when it's warm without peak summer humidity and crowds feel manageable. Summer is hotter, stickier, and more storm-prone, and hurricane season can add last-minute surprises. Pack grippy walking shoes for uneven brick, a thin rain shell, and bug spray for the garden day, and you'll be set. Day 1, Historic Peninsula Core Walk, Market Start, and King Street Finish. Today is your first-timer orientation day, and the rule is simple: walk as much as you can. If you're staying on the peninsula, start on foot. If you're staying off the peninsula, take a Carta bus into downtown for $2 one way and get dropped close to the city market area. Then use the free Dash shuttle when you need to hop across the core without burning your legs. Start at Charleston City Market right as it wakes up. You're here for two things: breakfast and a quick sense of the city's layout. Grab breakfast at Callie's Hot Little Biscuit inside the market. Order a biscuit that eats like a full meal, then add coffee and move on. Most people spend around $10 to $18 per person here, depending on whether you double up. Do a short loop through the market stalls, even if you're not shopping yet. You're scouting what you might want later and learning where things sit. If you see something breakable or bulky, take a photo so you can decide later without carrying it all day. Another easy time saver is to clock the public restrooms now, because later you won't want to break your walk to hunt. From the market, head toward the French Quarter. It's the fastest way to get Charleston's tight, historic streets without wandering in circles. Keep your eyes up for ironwork, hidden courtyards, and the side lanes that make the city feel older than it looks on camera. Drift by Dock Street Theater and the surrounding cobblestone stretch, then keep moving toward the water. Your target is Waterfront Park before it turns into a photo traffic jam. Waterfront Park is where you take your first real pause. Walk to the Pineapple Fountain, then follow the waterfront path south. Start a heat routine that will keep you happy all week. Take shade when it's available, drink water before you feel thirsty. Charleston heat drains you quietly, so stay ahead of it. Stay on the water until you're close to Rainbow Row. Take the quick photo, then keep the line moving. The best views are the quick ones you grab in half a minute, then you keep walking. Keep heading south until the street opens up into the Battery area. You've hit the classic Charleston edge. Big homes, big trees, harbor light on one side, calm on the other. Walk into White Point Garden and let the live oaks do the heavy lifting. If you're traveling with kids or anyone who melts in the sun, it's the easiest rest stop of the day. Benches, shade, space to breathe. If you're traveling solo, it's also the best place to sit for 10 minutes and map the rest of the afternoon without standing in the heat. If mobility is a concern in your group, this is where you decide between more walking or more shortcuts. Turn inland for your quiet street stretch. Take Church Street and Trad Street at a slow pace, then angle toward Broad Street without trying to hit every block. You're here to catch the peninsula's rhythm. Narrow sidewalks, uneven brick, and porches that look like movie sets until you remember people live behind those doors. Here's your first transportation tip, and it's one you'll reuse in any compact city. When your legs start bargaining, use the Downtown Dash shuttle. It costs nothing to ride, and it shortens the distance when you need to move across downtown without calling a car. If you need a paid bus for something outside the core, Carta regular routes are $2 one way, and a day pass is $7. But on day 1, the free shuttle is the real cheat code. Then shift north so you don't backtrack. Aim toward King Street for shopping and people watching. Treat King Street like a straight line. Walk it, pop into one or two shops, and keep your bag light. If you need a snack, grab something you can eat while walking and keep moving. Save your sit-down time for later. Lunch stays casual and efficient. Jiao Bao Biscuit is a strong midday stop that feels local and fun without eating your whole afternoon. Go for a shared spread if you're with friends, or pick one dish and one side if you're solo and trying to keep pace. Most people land around $18 to $28 per person. Before dinner, build in one small reset that doesn't cost money. Step into a quiet churchyard or a shaded courtyard when you see one, then return to the main streets. It breaks up the day without turning it into a detour marathon. Dinner is Leon's Oyster Shop on Upper King. You don't need to be an oyster person to enjoy it. Fried chicken is a safe order, and a simple seafood plate keeps the meal feeling Charleston without being complicated. Budget roughly $30 to $50 per person depending on what you order. This is also a good spot for groups with mixed tastes because the menu lets everyone find a lane. Go a little earlier than prime dinner rush if you hate waiting, especially on weekends. Day 2, Harbor Plus ships, Mount Pleasant Day, Fort Sumter Time Tour, backup plan for weather. Today is the Harbor Day, and it works best if you commit to Mount Pleasant from the start. Cross the bridge, stay on that side, and you'll save time, stress, and rideshare costs. Start at Boone Hall Plantation and Gardens. Adult admission is $30. Go early so the oak-lined paths still feel cool and calm. This stop gives you the low-country landscape up close, plus a real dose of history, so give it the attention it deserves. Move on before the heat stacks up. Bring water. Next, slide into Page's Okra Grill for a late breakfast or early lunch depending on your Boone Hall pace. It's a comfort food stop that works for almost every traveler type. Shrimp and grits is the easy Charleston move. If you need something lighter, split a plate and add a side. Most people spend $15 to $30 per person. Now drive to Patriots Point. General admission is listed online as $28. It's a rare tourist stop that still feels worth it because you're stepping into real ships with real scale. Pick one main ship experience and commit instead of trying to see everything. Tight ladders, narrow passages, low ceilings. Wear shoes you trust and keep your hands free. If anyone in your group has limited mobility, stick to the most accessible exhibits and skip the ladders. Patriots Point has paid parking. It's $5 for the first hour, then $2 per additional hour with a $20 daily maximum. If you know you'll be there for a few hours, plan on the max and stop watching the clock. Keep your Fort Sumter logistics clean by booking the Patriots Point departure for your timed tour. The daytime tour adult ticket price is $43. Treat the departure like an airport gate. Show up at least 30 minutes early for check-in and boarding because boats leave on schedule. Pick a departure that gets you back to the dock with daylight so dinner doesn't feel rushed. Bring water, sunscreen, and a light layer because the ride can feel cooler than the dock. Once you land, give yourself 2 minutes to look back at the skyline, then start reading and walking the perimeter. On the ride back, sit outside if you can. The skyline view is part of what you paid for, and it's a nice, quiet reset before dinner. Here's the backup plan that keeps your day strong if weather turns. If seas are rough or storms roll in, skip the boat, stay at Patriots Point longer, and add Mount Pleasant Memorial Waterfront Park for harbor views and a breezy walk. You still get ships, you still get the water, and you don't spend the afternoon refreshing your email for cancellation updates. Dinner stays on the Mount Pleasant side so you don't get trapped in evening traffic. Grace and Grit is a solid reward meal that still feels relaxed. Think modern Southern plates, comfortable portions, and a menu that works for picky eaters and adventurous eaters in the same group. Plan around $28 to $45 per person. Day 3, Ashley River Legacy, Gardens Choice Point, Angel Oak, Charleston Tea Garden. Day 3 is the day you rent a car or commit to having one. The route is outside the downtown core. The distances add up, and you'll waste money and time if you try to stitch this together without wheels. If you're renting, plan on paying for a full day, so start early and make the miles count. Set an early alarm and make it count. You're chasing cooler air, lighter crowds, and smoother tour timing. Start on Ashley River Road at Drayton Hall. All-inclusive tickets are $29 per person online and $32 on site. So buy online and keep your day moving. There are guided house tours through the day, and arriving early gives you the most control over your schedule. Drayton Hall rewards a slower pace. Give the house tour your full attention, then spend real time outside. Walk the landscape, take in the river view, and notice how the property tells its story without trying to impress you. If your group wants a quick breather after the tour, this is a good place to sit in shade for 5 minutes and reset. Here's the comfort tip that saves your day. You're in bug country once you drift toward wetlands, gardens, and shade. Put on bug spray before you get out of the car, not after you've already been bitten. If you have light, long sleeves, wear them. Keep water in the cup holder and actually drink it. Heat and bugs are the two things that turn a beautiful day into a cranky day. Here's your choice point, and it should shape the rest of the afternoon. If you want formal gardens and a polished walking experience, head to Middleton Place next. Adult general admission is $32. The gardens are expansive, and it's an easy place to spend a few hours without feeling rushed. If your group prefers something quick and iconic with minimal walking, flip the order and go to Angel Oak Tree first on Johns Island. It's free, it's fast, and it's one of the strongest photo stops in the region for the effort it takes. Angel Oak is also an easy win if your group is running hot or short on energy, because you can be in and out in under an hour, including the drive and parking. If you choose Angel Oak first, arrive with good manners. Park where you're supposed to, keep voices down, and treat it like a shared space. Take your photos, then stand still for a minute and actually look at the tree. This stop works best when you let it land. Then you leave before the crowd builds. If you have snacks in the car, eat them after you leave, not under the branches. Now point the car toward Wadmala Island and the Charleston Tea Garden. This stop is different from everything else in Charleston, and that's why it belongs on day 3. The trolley tour is $16 for ages 12 and up. Book ahead so you get the time you want and you don't have to reshuffle the afternoon. The ride through the fields is the main event, and the greenhouse stop gives you a quick look at how the operation stays alive. If you have time, do the factory tour as well. It's a simple way to understand how the product gets made, and it adds context to what you just saw outside. Families usually like this stop because it's educational, without feeling like school. If you like souvenirs, this is the right place to buy something small and useful, like tea you'll actually drink at home. Dinner is your culture and comfort stop. Head to North Charleston for Bertha's Kitchen. You get a grounded introduction to Gullah Geechee and low-country food traditions here without turning the meal into a speech. Order classics like red rice, okra soup, or a plate that lets you sample a few sides. Expect around $15 to $25 per person. Build in a little patience. Places like this are part of the city's real food life, and they don't rush for tourists. If you skip Middleton Place and do Angel Oak instead, your ticket spend drops and your afternoon opens up. Pick the version that matches your group's energy, because Day 4 should feel easy. Day 4, Sullivan's Island Beach in Fort Moultrie. Tide plan, parking rules, simple wind down. Day 4 is your beach and fort day, and it works best when you keep it small. One island, one beach setup, one history stop. Then you leave Charleston feeling rested instead of drained. Sullivan's Island is the move because it's close, scenic, and easy to understand. Start by checking the tide before you leave. A lower tide gives you a wider beach and a longer walk, and that changes how relaxed the morning feels. Arrive early for parking. Parking is free, but strict. Follow posted rules and make sure you're fully in a marked space with all 4 tires off the travel lane. If you're unsure, don't guess. Find a clearly marked spot and commit to it. Build your beach base like you actually plan to stay. Prioritize shade, lots of water, and a dry bag for phones, keys, and snacks. If the wind picks up, keep your stuff covered so sand doesn't ruin the day. If you're traveling with kids, bring a cheap sand toy set and you just bought yourself an hour of peace. If you're traveling with older family members, pick an access point with the shortest walk and bring a light chair so nobody has to sit in the sand. If weather looks shaky, flip the order. Do Fort Moultrie first, then lunch, then beach when the sky clears. That's the simplest way to avoid spending your last day staring at a forecast. If rain sticks around, make the fort and lunch your last big moments and leave town early with everyone still in a good mood. Fort Moultrie is your history stop, and it's an easy one because it sits right on the island. Adult admission is $10. Walk the fort slowly, read a handful of signs, and let the design choices sink in. The loop is manageable, and the ocean breeze usually makes this one feel easier than an inland site. For lunch, stay on the island so you don't waste your final afternoon in a car. The Obstinate Daughter is a strong, sit-down choice that feels special without being stiff. Go for pasta, a seafood plate, or anything seasonal that sounds good. And split an appetizer if you want to keep it light. Most people spend $30 to $55 per person here. If you want something quick for beach eating, grab sandwiches from the co-op and take them to a bench. Now do the pack out like a pro. Shake sand out of towels while you're still near the beach. Bag your trash. Rinse off if the access has a rinse station. Then take one last slow walk by the dunes and let the last day be quiet. Charleston rewards simple planning. Keep each day in its own zone, so you spend your time eating well and seeing the city, not driving in circles. Let day one teach you the peninsula on foot, then use the free Dash shuttle when your legs need a break. Treat the harbor day like a timed ticket day and arrive early. Take the car day slower, with bug spray and shade in mind. End on Sullivan's Island with sand, a fort, and a clean pack-out. You'll leave rested, not rushed, and already plotting your next visit before you unpack at home.